And coming up on the Joy Business Report this morning, prices of petroleum products to go up this week as the Association of Oil Marketing Companies rules out absorption of expected increase in fuel prices. Meanwhile, transport fares also expected to increase this week as unionized operators engage government to approve proposed margins today. Plus, Association of Ghana Industries to do everything within its mandate to protect local industries from collapsing following accusation by Guta it is lobbying government to cancel the 50% reduction of the benchmark value. We'll tell you more. Do stay with us. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Prices of petroleum products would definitely go up at the pumps this week. That's according to the Association of Oil Marketing Companies. The various oil firms should have adjusted fuel prices over the weekend by not more than 3% a litre. However, the delays have led to speculations of possible absorption by the oil firms. But Chief Executive of the association, Yao Ajimandria, is rejecting the assertion.
Normally when the window changes, it's all part of strategy. So one strategy is to wait. Who is going to go first?
For the big four.
Yeah, that's a strategy. Somebody look at it and say, which one will go first? And if you go first, then they start evaluating whether it's good enough for me to get in. But invariably, people have submitted their documents to MPA about the maximum price that they're going to have. And people can, maximum price, everybody can go AY, and in reality they come to certain bit below the maximum price. So it's early days yet. I'm sure by from Wednesday you see the prices going up.
Coming from the recent increment in the taxes as well,
Yeah.
do you think that you have the moral check hunting you guys and what margin should I do and all the rest of blah blah? Because then we are just coming from a previous.
It doesn't matter, George.
Yeah.
It's a full cost. It's a full cost recovery. Who doesn't do that? I mean, no. I mean, it's not. No. It's not an expensive matter.
And that was Kweku Ajimandria, his chief executive of the Association of Oil Marketing Companies. Meantime, transport fares could finally be going up this week. This is because the unionized transport operators are expected to secure government's blessings for their proposed margin of increase. The two parties on 3 separate occasions failed to reach an agreement on what should be the margin of increase in transport fares. General Secretary of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, Godfred Abobere, hopes progress would be made at the forthcoming meeting.
Yes, even if we don't arrive at a solution, then we might be the persons that will have to have the challenge, because it's the decision that we should go by the full component, and we have said no, full component alone will not be what would be sufficient to us. So yes, we are lobbying, but I think we are aiming at getting something that will be helpful to our members. If it's 10% or 5%, that's the full component alone. But that's what we don't want to accept, and we are going further to consider all other components and then make sure we adjust a margin that will suit the cost we're incurring now.
Meanwhile, the operators are asking the public to disregard the purported 20% increase in fares by some driver associations earlier this week. According to the operators, they will be working with the various district assemblies to ensure that the fares are not enforced at the various transport terminals. And I wish I could tell you some good news, but there's also something you should expect. Prices of goods and services going up in the coming weeks because of the marginal increase in fuel prices and the implementation of new levies. However, this will be marginal but may translate in some slight increases in interest rates. Now, price increases in goods and services slowed down last month as inflation fell significantly to 8.6% from 10.5% recorded in March. Let's listen to Dr. Lord Mensah, who is an economist and finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School.
The target for taxes is mainly on fuel and all those. And we are in this country, fuel drives everything. The entire economy, the spine is the fuel. So without fuel, the economy will not move. So as a result of that, if we should see increase in fuel at the pump, as we have seen on the various displays now, I believe that it will build up into prices, because whoever is transporting, whoever is moving, will definitely add to the price. So I think that because of this pressure, that is why the banks are even looking forward to higher interest rate before they can lend to the government.
But are we anticipating a higher margin in terms of the interest rate, or you think it will be very marginal?
Oh, it's going to be marginal because it's a build-up now. and it's not going to be a drastic, increase as expected. It's going to be a marginal because it's something that it needs to build up before it gathers momentum.
You heard economist and finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Lord Mensah. Now, Ghana has been chosen by the international community to serve as a case study for neighboring countries on safeguarding the use of online services to the benefit of all. To this end, the Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Eslo Osei-Kufo, has hinted that plans are underway to implement the Cybersecurity Fund with the Ministry of Finance. Here's a report.
The Freedom Online Conference afforded Ghana the platform to explain some initiatives undertaken to safeguard the country's digital space and also protect the human rights of online users and the rights of businesses. This is part of a 4-priority area by the Freedom Online Coalition to strengthen government engagement in combating cyber fraud. The National Cybersecurity Advisor, Albert Nchiboisianko, told Joy Business that Ghana continues to lead in the West African sub-region when it comes to online safety practices.
Sharing our experiences, we just passed the Cybersecurity Act. How do we as a country develop cybersecurity programs at the same time respecting the right of citizens? So Ghana is being used more or less like a case study. We've been able to come out with a legislation that is viewed as a human rights centric.
The Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Eslo Osei-Kufo, has also disclosed that the ministry is in talks with the Ministry of Finance to activate the Cybersecurity Fund.
So now that we have the law in place, we are working to operationalize the Cybersecurity Authority this year. The law also makes provision for a cybersecurity fund. We're working with the Ministry of Finance to activate that as well, providing them with the training and capacity building that they need, hiring locally and internationally Ghanaian expatriates in this sector to come and help us with our digital security initiative.
The fund will help the Cybersecurity Center operate effectively as mandated by the new Cybersecurity Act.
Also in the news this morning, the Association of Ghana Industries says it will do everything within its mandate to protect local industries from collapsing. This comes after the Ghana Union of Traders Association accused the Association of Ghana Industries of allegedly lobbying government to cancel the 50% reduction in the benchmark value, which has helped in resuscitating the industries. Now, Sechuma Kwaba is Chief Executive of AGI. He has been responding to that.
Products that we have local capacity to produce, we should protect local industries. For products that we don't have local capacity to produce, like some of the electronic products, vehicles, several others, we don't have local capacity to produce. For those ones, in order to cushion consumers, there's nothing wrong government reducing the benchmark values. But for the local, for products such as palm oil, fruit juices, rice, several others that we have local capacity to produce, we should not apply the benchmark values.
While GUTA President Dr. Joseph Obeng told Joy Business that any attempt to reverse the policy of the benchmark value would not only bring untold hardship but also cause confusion amongst members of the private sector.
AGI is saying that they cannot operate, they cannot do their business, they cannot produce and sell because of the introduction of this policy, which we find it very difficult to understand. In spite of the numerous concessions that government have been giving to AGI, they pay 0% to 5% maximum on the values of their raw materials. That's 50% of the values of their raw material.
You had Dr. Joseph Obeng, who is GUTA president. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. The spotlight next is on Harrison Mati, who likes to do business and has tried his hands at virtually everything. But it is his quest to start a restaurant that is working for him. He's now aiming to start a chain. On the Joy Business Van today, we head to 1115, which is becoming the place to hang out. But listen to his story, how helping his mom actually changed the course of his future.
I was the youngest among 3 boys. We are 3 boys, 4 girls, and I was the youngest boy. So I was usually the person around, helping with cooking and anything that she needed an assistant with. So I picked up a few of the tricks from her. Then when I went to university, I cooked a lot. So I figured out that, oh, okay, I had picked a lot of the traits from my mom, so I could be a good cook. I tried monetizing that on campus, but it didn't work. Then, fast forward, I graduated from school, looking for a job, nothing was coming up. And I said, okay, why not start a food joint and then see what I could do. So at that moment, I thought I could do pork and yam chips. But then I didn't get any space. somewhere in 2018, I finally found a space, and just landed us to the first branch of 1115, which.
Alrighty, it will be 11:15 at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report on the Joy Business Van. Don't miss it at 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Let's check the markets before we go. On the currency market this morning, the dollar going for 5 cedis 76 pesos, the British pound selling at 8 cedis 2 pesos, the euro going for 6 cedis 9 pesos. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. My name is Darryl Carl. Thanks for listening. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. The Super Morning Show continues.